Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to for our Northwest workshop. Now, this is going to be a short one because I'm not that interesting and what I do is not original. But I do get a lot of questions about some of the things that I have here in the shop and some of the things that I wear in my shop. And one of those things is footwear. Now, at present, I had an old pair of work boots, and they were better suited for being outdoors consistently. Outdoors, doing dirt and wood and gravel and grime and yuck and outdoorsy type stuff. But I spent a lot of time in my shop, more time in my shop now than I used to be. I used to be out there sourcing wood and out there with a chainsaw and bucking logs and doing all kinds of silly noise. But lately, mostly in my workshop now. I got a lot of good stock of material here.
Awesome.
And now I need something a little bit more suited for being on concrete consistently. I will be getting a set of the anti-fatigue mats that you might see in other well-equipped shops, but not mine. So I'm going to need to have a well-equipped pair of work boots. Tennis shoes are not for working on. So, what kind of footwear do I wear?
Footwear? What kind of footwear do I wear? That sounds ridiculous.
I got a ton of questions about the type of noise that I put on my feet to make action up in my mess. That didn't even make sense. But neither does the footwear that I have in here. So I had to go out and get a new pair. Make a wise investment for your feet's sake, for your back and your knees and everything that your feet are holding up all the time. So I got myself a pair of Carolinas. And maybe this will be followed up in, say, a year from now, so that I can give you guys a good idea, you guys and gals, and here they are. Now, why did I go with these? At first glance, they appeared to be a hefty set of full hide leather logger style boots. I've had a pair of those. Not best on concrete all day long. You'll wear out the soles because the soles are not forgiving. They're designed to let the earth be forgiving to the soles and to keep your foot stable when walking around on uneven terrain all day. Now I wanted the durability of that boot, but the sole had to be different. And so goes the getting of this style Carolina boot. This one in particular, let's see here, I'm sure there's a name of this boot on here somewhere. Oh, there it is, I found it. Let's see here, this is the 8-inch waterproof Super Trek work boot. How is this one different? It's got like some memory foam action type of noise in here. This sole is a lot more forgiving. It's got a lot more padding in the sole, and so I'm going to be on my concrete floors a lot, and this is going to be a lot more forgiving. Whereas the solid rubber boot on a logger is just going to get torn up on these floors in here. And so this is what I decided to go with. A lot more comfortable. I decided against going with the composite toe or a steel toe. I don't have a lot of forklifts running around in here, so I'm not too worried about them rolling over my foot. With a steel toe, wouldn't be a great idea anyways. Those solid tires would probably cut off your toes if you had a steel toe in here. And so a lot of companies have decided to go with a composite, or fancy word for plastic, insert over the toe. Great protection for dropping something heavy on your toe. And if it's so heavy that it would otherwise crush a metal insert and cut off your toes, it would just shatter a composite toe instead, mostly saving your toes and definitely not cutting them off. None of that's really going to happen in here. The toe's still pretty solid with just the solid hide leather. but it's a lot more comfortable than a lot of those composite and steel toe front work boots. And there you have it. The laces, I will be upgrading the laces with the ones that I have on my other work boots. They are, I can't remember the brand name, I'm going to have to put it in the link below or something, but I get those over at Coastal Farm and Ranch, which is the only place that I'm aware of locally that carries them right now. And they're suited for welding duty also, so they don't get burned up when I drop you know, hot burrs of weld on the top of my boot, which will happen. Because I do my own leather work sometimes, not including making boots, I'll probably actually make a front that will clip on or lace through a couple of threads of lace to protect the laces and the top of the work boot from you know, hot slag being able to drop through, which also happened to my previous boots. They did have good, decent leather on them, but they were also canvas sides and the canvas top on underneath the laces on the tongue, and hot slag would get through those, and by the time it gets through those and lands on your foot, you're not getting that boot off in time, and yeah, you've all probably been there before. Man, I used to weld in sandals. Done it. All welders have done it. Any welder that says that they haven't done it with improper footwear is either really, really smart or definitely lying. So, there it is. The Carolina work boot. It's the 8-inch for the, I like the ankle support. I like my boot to be tight on my ankle for the extra support, because I still do go out and source some of my own material, and some of the areas that I go into tend to be a little rugged. The materials that I get out there are worth it, but so are my feet, and so I'm gonna drop, you know, about 200 bucks on a pair of these bad boys. In about a year from now, from the upload of this video, I will do an update and let you know how these stood up, held up in my workspace, going in and outdoors and on concrete floors constantly. Tennis shoes they're fairly comfortable in here, but again, on concrete. Any runner will tell you that a good pair of tennis shoes, you're probably not going to want to run on concrete anyways. If concrete was good for tennis shoes, they would probably make quarter-mile tracks at high schools and colleges out of concrete, but they don't, because it's not practical. Concrete is designed for, you know, cars and junk, not for feet, and not for shoes. So we'll see if this is a good middle ground for what I do. I'm inside, I'm outside, I'm all around, and I'm going to assume that a lot of you are also. And a lot of us in the woodworking community have always wondered who wears what and how is it held up. Well, this is going to be my 2 cents, or, you know, buffalo nickels worth on what I would do and how it works for me, and hopefully it'll help you too. Well, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for that update, and hopefully more videos to come. I've been slacking pretty hard, but, you know, I got a business to run here, and entertaining all of y'all out there, well, it's not the top of my priority list because my mortgage company can't put likes in the bank. That could change. All right. Yeah. Yeah. All right. That is a fine looking boot right there, sir. Uh-huh.